From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Wednesday morning to you. As we have done the past couple of weeks here in the postseason, we're taking a deep dive look into the playoff opponents of the remaining Flyway teams. This week, it's just Lomira, and the Lions host the Belleville Wildcats on Friday night at Oconomowoc High School with a trip to Camp Randall on the line in the state semifinal. The Wildcats finished in fourth place in the Southwest Athletic League, known more commonly as the SWAL, an excellent competitive conference that includes Darlington and Cuba City. Darlington, due to the competitive balance factor, moved up to Division 5 this year. The Wildcats finished the regular season just 3-6 and were given the 8th seed in their sectional. Since the start of the playoffs, the Wildcats have been stellar offensively. They blew out top-seeded Cambridge 27-0 in the first round, then beat number 5 Marshall 21-7, and then knocked off number 2 Lancaster 35-32 last week. That's a 3-game stretch of nearly 28 points per game. The question will be, have they seen a squad yet in the postseason with the team size and speed of Lomira and the Lions' defense, which has given up fewer than 10 points per game during the postseason? That'll be something to watch. Offensively this season, Belleville has averaged about 260 yards of total offense, which is less than what Lomira averages on the ground alone, but Belleville provides a similar balance to what the Lions have seen the past couple of weeks. The Wildcats average about 110 yards per game passing and 150 yards on the ground, so they can do it both ways, much like Manitowoc Lutheran and Cedar Grove, Belgium. The Wildcats have a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard passer. Brennan Keys is the quarterback. He's thrown for 1,138 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's also a threat to run the ball as well. He's rushed for 566 yards this season. You compare those passing and rushing yards, it's almost similar in certain ways to Jackson Gable from Lomira. Keys, though, has been prone to turn the ball over this year. He's thrown 10 interceptions and lost 2 fumbles on the season. And you look at Lomira, they've been opportunistic all season long in that regard. Could be an opportunity for Lomira. Logan Dirk had the big game last week for Belleville. He accounted for almost 200 yards of offense and 3 touchdowns in the win. He has rushed for 1,027 yards and 12 touchdowns in total this year. He's also caught 12 passes for 257 yards and 3 more scores. Belleville's top receivers are Cooper Nemec and Sam Arndt. Nemec has 371 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. Arndt has 280 yards and 3 scores. Lomira will have to be careful with Arndt on some trick plays or wrinkles that Belleville will throw in. Arndt has curiously thrown 7 passes this year, and last week he completed the lone touchdown pass, a 55-yard pass to Dirk. Not sure what that's going to look like, but something the Lions, I'm sure, will be acutely aware of coming up on Friday. Defensively, the Wildcats have 2 or 3 game wreckers. Riker Swenson and Logan Dirk each listed at 5'11", 185 pounds, but both have gotten after it this year. Swenson has 26 tackles for loss and 7.5 sacks, while Dirk has 15 tackles for loss on the year. They have also combined to force 6 fumbles and have recovered 4. As a team, Belleville has recovered 16 fumbles this year. Quarterback Brennan Keys plays in the secondary, where he's already recorded 100 tackles this season. We already mentioned Sam Arndt as both a receiver and possible trick play guy. Defensively, he leads the team in interceptions with 5. Teammate Lucas Loshaw has 4 as well. They've intercepted teams 13 times. That brings us to our weekly look at the turnover battle. Lomira and Cedar Grove, Belgium found out last week just how important that turnover battle can be. Lomira dominating the turnover battle a week ago. Belleville this season +9 in the turnover battle. They've forced a whopping 29 turnovers, about 2.5 per game, but they have not taken care of the ball themselves either. They've turned it over 20 times. Quick look at special teams. Cooper Nemec has averaged 24.3 yards per return, including one that he took back for a touchdown. Logan Dirk has averaged about 19 yards per return on kicks as well. Tyler Miyamoto is the Wildcats kicker. He's 2 for 5 on field goals this year and 31 of 35 on extra points. There you go. There's a statistical view of the Wildcats, a few names to watch out for coming up on Friday from the Belleville Wildcats out of the SWAL Conference. An excellent league, and the Wildcats clearly a dangerous team that has a chip on its shoulder as an 8th seed. That's it for today. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Flyway Focus Sports Report. I'm Jordan King.